So what's up, all my hobby people? So today we have the RC6GS V3, and I am very familiar with Radiolink products, and I'm pretty familiar with this exact radio and all of its other forms. I have versions 1, 2, and now 3 of this radio. And, you know, as we review stuff, if we don't like it, we get rid of it. I still have versions 1, 2, and 3 of this radio, and that's for a reason. It works phenomenally. I have these receivers installed in just about every type of land-based and, well, I guess water-based too. Just about any surface-based RC I have this radio system set up in. You know, it holds 10 models and it works. Everything on it, you can do so many different things with this radio. So the first thing you're going to see here is this FHSS 67 channel pseudo-random frequency sequence hopping. And what that means is it is hopping through 67 different bands of the 2.4 gigahertz channel to try to make sure that thing is getting clear signal all the time. And that's great. And also, this time, it has gone from the previous, check this out, 6 channel is now a 7 channel. So that is something they've added more features to this, and some of the features they've added is you can set your alarm for every single different model, and you can keep 2 models turned on and selected at the same time and switch between them. So you can get 2 trucks out, and at the flip of a switch you can drive one for 2 feet and then flick to the other and drive it for 2 feet. And that's really good if you're trying to film multiple trucks or just wanting to have the fun of driving multiple vehicles. Here on the side, the features are a USB upgrade, and that just means you can plug this into your computer, go to their website, and upload all the firmware and all the newest updates. Then you have your 0.5 US regular jitter, language self-setting, 4096 section precision, subsidiary ID designation, customizable low voltage alarm, that's what we were talking about earlier, lower than 90 mA operating current, reverse polarity connection protection, so you can't plug anything in backwards and ruin your stuff, so that's going to keep you nice and safe for what battery you use, because this has a multiple selections of batteries. Real-time model battery voltage telemetry. So they have a little connector on this receiver, and it will go into your battery lead port, and it will tell this thing what you're getting, so when you're driving, you know what voltage you have in your vehicle, and that's pretty daggone handy. And then you have this 2S through 4S LiPo battery. I'm running a 2S in all my current models, or the 6-piece AA, so they do give you that option if you don't want to use the JST connector provided where it plugs in at. That's just where you plug in your battery, just a little JST, the red JST connectors. So with that, you can run either your AAs or you can run your LiPos. But let's get this new piece of machinery out of the box. We have it out of the box. Let's look at these contents. And we're going to start off with the nice set of instructions. And what I like about their instructions, full color. And these instructions are actually instructions. They're very informative. They have a lot of what you need to know to make this thing work properly and how to do a lot of your different functions that it can do. As you can see, it goes through this is your mix control setup, and also these things have a gyro built right into them. You can turn it on or off, but there is a gyro built right into your receiver. And then it goes into another language, which I'm guessing is Chinese, but I do not read that, so I do not know for sure. And here is your receiver, and as you can see, it has the 2 long antennas for telemetry, one to receive, one to send. And then you get this. Now this connector is for your telemetry, and it will plug in right here. You'll mount your receiver, and this will go between your battery and your ESC. You may not have an XT60, but it's not a big deal. You can make your own adapter like this out of any connector you choose. All you have to do is add this lead on it. Not a big deal at all, just a red JST connector. And that also, with the new version, This V1.4, this is they call it a water resistant, but I've watched a lot of tests and I've done a couple myself. I'm going to confidently say fairly waterproof because I've seen them completely submerged and be just fine. They also include a nice strap to go around your neck so you can take hands-free on your radio if you need to grab something. That's a nice feature that a lot of the bigger radio companies do. So that's a really nice lanyard. And then you get the radio, and you can see this radio is well built. It is not chintzy. It's not small. It's a big radio. But with the amount of signal strength this has, it needs to have that to be able to broadcast. And right here, you have the option to mount a camera. So they have a camera mounting option kit you can get for this, and it allows you to mount like a cell phone holder right on top of it, so you can hold your radio and record at the same time. And let's open up the battery bay. Now this is your AA holder. And if you want to take that out, it's in there pretty tight. Just wiggle it around a bit. Then you disconnect that. And now if you have a battery that has the red JST connector, or you can actually use this and make your own adapter if you don't want to spend any money and you don't have one laying around. And now you'll be able to run any 2S battery through a 4S battery in there. And with just a 2S battery, I get hours upon hours of time. So, man, this thing doesn't have a huge power consumption. I'm just removing that already because I know it is not going back in. Battery doors, no matter what the radio, they're always a little bit tricky to get shut. This is your USB port, and this is a newer function they did not do on, especially like the V1 model. It's actually got a plug, so it covers it up, so you don't want to get dust and dirt and stuff in there. And this is another one-wire port you can use for a bunch of different things. The DSC port. I've seen people use this as on a radio to use on your simulator for your computer for driving games. I've seen that done before. And it looks like right here they've added another button that wasn't on the previous model. And another SWA right there. Oh, let me pull the V2 model out and let's see how much different it looks. Well, here's versions 1, 2, and 3 in chronological order going from left to right. So version 1, which is probably still one of my most used radios. I have many of my crawlers set up on it. You can see I got my hanging wire because when I film, I let that hang off my wrist. But it does not have that dust cover I showed you on the other one. And when I showed you on the 3 how it has these 2 additional buttons for the 7-channel options, it does not have those. And version 2 is almost identical in appearance to the version 3. It just the only difference really is the placard down here. One says that it's a 6-channel and one says that it's a 7-channel. That's about the only difference on that. So, we've got the battery and the radio. Let me just go over some of the basic functions. That's basically what this video is going to be about. We'll get to more of the advanced steps on later videos. But, I've got the battery in. Just got a little 2S in there. And that went right in that JST port like we were talking about earlier. Flip the power button on. And there you should be able to see the screen nice and clear. Now, if you want to access any of your memories, you got to hold these 2 buttons in. And that'll give you your whole menu set up. So, probably going to want to go down to model first. And so we're selected on model 1. I'm going to exit out. Scroll through here again. We're going to go down to name. Show you how to name your models real quick. So, this is how you do it. You navigate left and right by the left and right buttons in the middle, the incline and decline. So we're just going to call this one, that's how you enter it. And then I'll just show you again. I'll move over to here, and that's how you enter that. And you want to go over here. There you go. And So once you have that all in there, all you have to do is exit out. And then we have our weird name we just did. You can also see the voltage on the battery inside the radio. Now when you move anything, you can see your gains moving. And you can also see your signal strength right there, which right now it's not really putting out anything at the moment. Oh, a couple of the other things you might need to know is your alarm. See where we've got that set at? Right now it is set at a 11.1 there, and a 7.2 volt there is where it starts alarming out. So if you don't want it to, every time you have a spike, you might have the alarm start going off. You want to take care of that problem. There you go. You can take it down to whatever you want, or take it up to whatever you want. There we get out of that. So now you know how to set your alarm. And this will be able to control your gyro. And you're probably going to want to know reversing's. There's reverse number 12. So you can go through here and reverse any of your channels, and it's just like the other one. You use this to navigate the centers to navigate around your menu, and then you can enter and change that to reverse if you like. Enter again, and it will stay that way. So let's get to actually hooking this up. Well, I've already got our radio on. Now, most of the time with these Radiolink ones so far, all the ones I have had have come already pre-bound. So you put your extension in there. And we have our ESC and port number 2. And we have our servo and port number 1. Our battery plugged in. Let's turn our radio or to our ESC on. Okay, so this one did not come pre-bound, but that is not a problem at all. Okay, so to get it to bind, you're going to want to hold in this button here until you start seeing a rapid flash. And there it goes. And this is with the radio already on. It'll sync right up to the channel you have it selected on. Steering's going. Woo, maybe a little too much throttle there for what we're doing, but forward's set properly, reverse is set properly. And you can change your throttle on this as far as how smooth it goes. And our wheels are working. This is just a project truck here, so I just had it sitting here and thought we might as well use it. But that is your basic setup, how to get y'all going. And you can see, if you look at this here, and you can see here that we have all of our basic setup done. You can see your steering moving, you can see your voltage moving, because when you move your servo, it does draw voltage. And we have great signal, how much battery we still have in the radio. And so you can see all of everything that's going on with your radio. And this is really great because when you're out on the trail, I'll let you know how much battery power you have left. But okay, I hope you enjoyed this setup. I know it was kind of long, but there's a lot to go over with one of these radios, and we've just really only started to get into it. So on the next video, we're going to go over some of the more fine features, because it has a whole lot of stuff this can do with all the different mixings and everything. It's a pretty incredible piece of machinery. But stay tuned for that, and I hope this at least got you up and going and gave you a basic idea of what this radio is capable of. I will leave a link for this in the description below. Prime Day's coming up, so they're probably going to have some good sales on stuff, especially like some of this Radiolink stuff. So go check it out, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to catch you on the next video.